Well, Katie, congratulations. You are the Ben Lippen CC's Pizza Girls Player of the Week, and well-deserved after a great finish in the region cross-country meet, where this past Tuesday, Ben Lippen won the girls' team title, and you were all-state, finishing 4th overall. And that whole accomplishment is both made more amazing and pales in comparison to the story of how you are continuing to compete after beginning in 6th grade here at Ben Lippen. You are someone we hear a lot about. We see a lot of pink ribbons. We hear a lot about cancer these days, but you're a legitimate cancer survivor. And if you would pick the story up in 7th grade, and how that progressed, you being diagnosed with leukemia, and tell us about your fight with it and how ultimately, the best part of the story, how you beat it.
Yes. Well, in 7th grade, I was still running. I had started in 6th grade, and my times just weren't as good as the year before. We were a little bit worried about it. We just couldn't figure out why I wasn't doing so well. And it turned out that March I was diagnosed with leukemia, so shortly after the season. So that kind of explained some of the slower times and stuff like that. So I began treatment that March in 2012 and continued for 27 months. So I finished in the June of 2014 after my freshman year. So I wasn't really able to compete freshman year or 8th grade just because of the treatment and everything like that. But after I finished treatment, ever since then I've been doing really well. Minor complications since then, so it's been good.
And then ultimately, you obviously you're back on track, all-state, running fantastically. But that is in addition to now you also, after Tuesday's meet, you were in Philadelphia the very next day getting treatment for a diabetic condition that is kind of an offshoot of leukemia, correct?
Right. One of the chemotherapy drugs that I took, I had an allergic reaction to that attacked my pancreas, and so now I'm insulin dependent due to that complication. And we're not really sure exactly how that's going to look throughout the future, but it looks like it's going to be a very long-term, lasting condition. It's not just going to go away. So.
You're known as being such a positive person. How in the world do you do it?
Jesus Christ, that's all.
Well, as far as let's talk a little cross country. You guys finished first, obviously your goal in the region meet, and now, from what I understand, there's only one acceptable finish coming up in the state meet a week from Saturday on the 29th, and that's going to be held out at Heathwood, and that is to also finish with the top
place title. That's right.
Tell me a little bit about this team, how close you guys are, and really what goes into you guys being so successful out there.
Last year it wasn't too close, but we were second, which is higher than we've been in a long time, as far as I can remember. So we're really just going to give it our all, and there is potential for us to beat the team this year. We've competed against them in one meet. Everyone had a rough day that day, so it's hard for us to get a real feel for it. But at state, we're just all going to have to bring our very best, do everything that we can, run until we really can't run anymore. Our coach says, it's supposed to hurt. It's not. Cross country is not pleasant in a race, but once you finish, if you've got your goals accomplished, it's really worth it. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday.
And 4 girls making all-state. Obviously, you guys have a deep team, not just a talented team at the top, but you guys have several talented girls, and I know that makes a difference. Back to the leukemia and fighting through that and winning that battle. How has that played a role in your success in cross country and vice versa? What kind of synergy is there between those two things?
Well, 6th grade I ran my first PR. Obviously, it was my first year running, and then I couldn't get back to it in 7th grade. Just never caught up. 8th grade, 9th grade, couldn't really run. I was injured halfway through 10th grade, and then last year I was just really discouraged. I was afraid, I'm never going to get back to as good as I was in 6th grade, which was a real bummer. But I did beat that PR by the end of the season in region, and it was really exciting. So it's been good to be able to come back after it and build up back to where I was and even past that and be even better. And it's definitely a motivation to know, if I made it through all this, I got to do something with it. So.
Well, congratulations. I mean, it truly, probably the most inspiring story that I've done in 3 years of this website. I'm so happy for you, and I never meant this more when I say I wish you continued success. It's awesome. So, and that begins a week from Saturday out at Heathwood in the state meet. So, go get them, girl.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations, CC's Pizza, Ben Lippen Girls Player of the Week.
Thank you.